Hello, I'm John Seidel, Director of Washington College's Center for Environment and Society, and this is Semans-Griswold Environmental Hall. Where this building sits used to be an incredibly industrial area, surprisingly enough. So when we came here, it was incredibly polluted, 2 brownfield sites, in fact. We cleaned them up to residential standards, and it's kind of ironic now that we have an environmental center sitting on top of them. The landscaping is designed to be natural, low maintenance. We have a foraging area where there are wild foods, both for animals and for humans. We also have areas that are great for pollinators. We have habitat that is for birds, for small mammals, and frankly, one of the biggest distractions we have working in this building is either watching boats go by or dealing with the wildlife that rolls in front of our windows every day. So, let's take a tour of the building. This space is what we call our living room. It faces out on the Chester River. Through all of these doors, it extends out onto the deck and then on out into the grounds. And this is designed to be welcoming for anybody on campus. Right off the living room is our meeting and classroom space. This also provides space for our interdisciplinary Chesapeake program. The Chesapeake Semester is an academic program that takes us throughout the 64,000 square miles of this watershed, seeing the people, seeing the places, exploring its problems, and the extraordinary beauty that makes up the Chesapeake Bay. This is a teaching and wet lab that's used both by the Environmental Science and Studies Department and also the Department of Biology. We are able to pull water directly out of the Chester River and pump it into these tanks here in the lab. So these flow-through systems allow us to do experiments not with tap water that's been mediated by chemicals or something, but instead with water directly taken out of the river. The Watershed Innovation Lab is a place where some really interesting research goes on with students, with staff, and also with faculty. Part of what we try to do in this lab is to develop new, low-cost, but really powerful technologies. But the other part of this is making teaching and research fun, and also taking it into the community. So for example, this kind of remote-operated vehicle is designed to be very low cost, but we can actually have kids in K through 12 design and build robots in this fashion. And then we got things like this autonomous kayak, which was designed by MIT, but is part of a research collaboration we have with the U.S. Naval Academy. This is a self-propelled kayak, so if you ever see one of these things moving around with nobody in it, nobody paddling, it could be one of our research vehicles. So there's much that we haven't had a chance to look at. In addition to Semans-Griswold Environmental Hall, we have a Geographic Information Systems Laboratory. We got a Public Archaeology Laboratory, because in order to know where you are and where you're headed, you gotta know where you've been. We also have a 5,000-acre research farm that's very close to campus. So all of those things give us the ability to bring resources to students that we wouldn't otherwise have. And I think that's one of the unique things about Washington College. You know, if you're a prospective student, you're faced with a tough choice. You're going to decide where you're going to spend 4 very important and influential years of your life. So when you look at colleges, not only do you have to look at the faculty, and in the environmental side of things, we've got an absolutely stellar faculty, but look at what other resources are available to you. At the Center for Environment and Society, you've got 25 full-time staff with all of these resources who are dedicated to doing nothing but working with you and opening doors to you. So if you decide to come to Washington College, and we hope you will, come down and see us early. Let us figure out how we can help you to make your career a success.